So have you ever been to Paris? Because I went to
No,
Paris.
I'm sure I would enjoy it. Is it worth all the hassle?
I want to go to Rio in 2 years for the Olympics.
I'm sure I'd be just as happy going to Minneapolis. A second flight out to Saipan from Seattle, I sat next to this lovely woman who was doing AIDS research and stuff. And we had a long talk. That was nice.
I went to Paris for the first time ever, and essentially I'd said, oh, you know, Paris is so romantic. I'm going to save it for my honeymoon. And last year I said, wait a minute, I'm never ever going to get married. No one's going to ever fall in love with me. Drop that notion, go to Paris and have a great time. And I had a wonderful time in Paris. I said, I'm glad I went. I went to museums every day. I ate incredible meals.
I didn't go on a real vacation until Alan, Tony, and Sharon, and Christopher, and I went to Italy. Italy. You know, that's maybe her classic adventure. And she taught with a woman who had retired from Wesley and created her own tourist agency and recommended this incredible place in Tuscany. And so we all flew out.
Oh yeah, the Philippines.
What do you remember about the Philippines?
Riding in a weird truck.
Only Tony and Celia could drive. One village drove up to this old church. We had like a van, and we didn't know what we were doing. It came down this really narrow, I wouldn't call it a road, whatever it was. It was walled on both sides. There was no room really. I mean, we made it. Both sides were scraped. And the first place we stayed before we got to this incredible villa was, they all loved like the cities, the Siena, the churches. I hated it. What I loved was just the serenity of the beauty of Tuscany. I don't need to see these massive, beautifully done cathedrals built off the bodies of colonized people.
What else do you like to do when you travel?
Ooh, watch movies.
Little boxes where you can watch TV shows, movies, whatever. I don't think I slept.
So you could watch TV for 10 hours?
I watched, on the way back from New Zealand, every episode of Downton Abbey for the first season.
Can't you watch movies when you're not traveling?
Yeah, except somebody doesn't want me to.
While I was in Saipan, I did go to Bali, and I could see why people would like doing that sort of thing. The place is so resourced, so lush. I don't think people there ever had to worry about hunger. The people seemed so secure and mellow, like their dogs were mellow. The physical beauty is wow. And I think I reacted to it because I left this horrible, ugly, stressful place.
But I went to the Arc de Triomphe, and I just had a great time walking around, and I had a great hotel room, and I said...
Sounds great.
And it's you know how life is really cruel. It's really funny because after that trip is when I meet someone, but
Yeah.
you know, she'd been to Paris before, and the big thing between us is her getting a passport so she can travel when I go on another trip. When are you and Celia going to go to Paris?
I don't know we're going to Paris. I don't know if we'll ever go. Now, I've told Celia that she wants to travel and totally supportive of her. I think she'll be taking some trips with friends or alone. I think as a husband, I have obligations. I'll go on some. For our 10th anniversary, Celia wanted to go to Paris. And this was when Izzy was still alive. And I would have gone, and I'm sure I would have had a good time. But I didn't want to leave Izzy.